Here's a GRE algebra question. Let's take a look. We're told that a times b is less than 0, and we want to know what's greater, the absolute value of a plus b or the absolute value of a plus the absolute value of b. All right, well, let's start with this up here. If two numbers are multiplied together and I get a negative number, what do we know about these numbers? Well, we know that one of them is positive and one of them is negative, right? Because in order to get a negative number from a multiplication, one of the numbers has to be positive, one of the numbers has to be negative. That's for starters. Now, it doesn't matter which one we call positive and which one we call negative because everything in this problem is symmetrical. What do I mean by that? I mean, you could flip it around. This might as well say b times a is less than 0 and absolute value of b plus a and absolute value of b plus absolute value of a. So I'm just going to call a the positive number and b the negative number, right? So let's start with this one over here. If I add a positive number to a negative number, what happens? Well, these numbers are effectively, let's say, working against each other. It's true that the ultimate result of this is going to be a positive number, but A is kind of pushing in the positive direction. I'll use my fingers here. A is pushing in the positive direction, B is pushing in the negative direction, and so they're kind of canceling each other out. One might be bigger than the other, but they're working against each other. Whereas over here, we make A was positive to begin with, it stays positive, but this turns B positive, and now they're both positive, and they're both working together, right? So this one is going to move it up the number line, and you can test this with exact numbers. I'm speaking very generally here, but make A positive 3 and negative 2. Make A 1,000,000,000 and B negative 1, right? You could try this with all sorts of numbers, no matter what quantity B is going to be greater here. For more GRE tips and tricks or to sign up for my online course, follow the link on my profile.